quality, crafted by us, where ideas become reality. Crafted by us, just grab this opportunity in this community. Crafted by us, yeah, in this community. Crafted by us.
Hi, welcome to the 9th installment of our 12 Days of Christmas series. I'm Michelle Johnson from Crafted by Us, and today I'd like to share with you how to make some Christmas tags using some vintage Santa images. So to make these tags, let me just show you real quick what we're going to be doing, making these Christmas tags here. So to make these tags, you need to get a few things out. And the first thing I've got are these cool Santa Claus images, and I got these off the internet with from a Flickr group that I belong to. So if you go to my website at www.craftedby.us, I will post a link to that Flickr group, and you can pick out your own images. And I've resized these to about the height that I want for my tag. Now, I didn't have a tag to use as a template, so I made my own. I'm just going to show you real quickly how I did that. I have some cardstock here, and basically what I did is, I need a pair of scissors, hold on. Alright, so basically what I did is I have this rectangle for my image, and I cut it out, because this is the size of the height of my tag is the same as this image. Now, I printed these images out on cardstock, okay? So that's kind of good to know. Alright, so let's say I need my tag to be this big. What I did is just put this on my cardstock and drew around it. Okay, like that. And then I found where the middle was, and I just kind of eyeball it, right? I think that's the middle. So then I'm going to give myself about 1/4 of an inch on each side. I'm going to draw another, well, let's put a dot. 1/4 of an inch here, and 1/4 of an inch here, so that my top is about 1/2 an inch. And then I figured out what the slope was that I wanted. If I wanted it to come about like that, put a little dot here, and now just using my piece of paper that I've cut out and making a straight line across so I can see where my other side is. And then I'm just going to draw a line from this dot to this dot, from this dot to this dot. Like that. Oh, there we go. So it looks something like that. And then once I cut it out along this line and then cut here, here, and there, I get this. And this would be my tag template. And then, so now I have my tag template. I'm going to be using some vintage text from that law book that I've got, and I need to paint that first before we actually start cutting out the tags. I have an old law book right here, and I'm going to use some of this paper for the back of my tags, just to give it some interest and character. And I'm also going to use it for the front of one of my tags. Because I want to be able to write like to and from on the back of the tag, I decided to paint some gesso over this, just enough that I can write and you'll be able to see what I've written, but not so much that you can't see the text underneath. So, I've got this gesso here. This is white gesso that I buy from Daniel Smith. I can put a link to their website too. If you go to my website at www.craftedby.us, I'll put a link to it for you. So this is really just kind of basic, just sticking this in here, and my gesso's kind of thick because it's a little bit older. It's alright. And I'm just running this on real light and just to give it some interest and some spot for me to write on when it's all finished. The other benefit to doing it really light like this is it dries pretty quickly. So I'm just spreading this out, making it nice and like a thin coat, okay? So that's all you have to do for that, and then let's let that dry. Now, you'll need a glue stick, or I grabbed my Xyron. You know, it's been a while since I've used this up until this month, and I've forgotten how much I really, really like it. So what we need to do is put adhesive on the backs of our tags. And I'm going to work on all three of these tags at the same time because it goes a bit quicker that way. Now, so if you don't have a Xyron, get a glue stick and just put glue on the back of these. So I'm just going to feed these images through my Xyron like this. And what this does is basically puts adhesive on the back and turns it kind of into a sticker. So it's come out the back like this, and then I'm just going to rip it off. And there we go, we've got the images. I've overlapped them just a little bit. Not the greatest idea, but it's alright. I'm just going to cut them apart like this. There's one. So I have all of these. Now let's start our first tag. The first thing I would like to do is I would like to cut away some of this, well, let's do this. Let me start over. I'm going to cut away some of this blue back here and then put this image on top of this painted text. And then that's going to be my background. And then it'll be ready for the next step. So to do that, I'm just trimming away this blue. I'm just lightly following the lines. It doesn't have to be exact. Okay. So remember, this is like a sticker. If you don't have the Xyron, just get a glue stick. And now I'm just going to stick this on here, like that. And now it's on the text. Then I'm going to take my template and trace around it so that I know where to cut out. Except that if I were to, my template's not quite long enough, because if I put it here and then I punched a hole here, I'd be punching it right through his head. So I'm just going to slide it up just a bit. Because what I'm concerned about is just this tag shape right here, right? So, I'm just tracing around this like that. And then I'm going to just kind of roughly cut around this. I'm going to run this through my Xyron again. Okay. Remember, if you don't have a Xyron, just use a glue stick. There we go. Okay. And now, it's pretty sturdy, so I'm just going to peel this off and stick it to this side so that this will be the back of my tag. And then I just need to cut it out. Just going to bring it down and punch a hole, and then I'll be able to add some ribbon to that. So this is done for the first step. Let's go ahead and work on the other two that I've got here. And for these other two, I'm just going to stick them to my paper that I painted like this. Like that. Sit over the top and trace it out. Let's see. So I'm doing the same thing to both, just putting my tag template here. With my scissors, I'm just going to cut these out. There we go. And now let's punch holes in the tops of these two. So now we have these three, and what I like to do at this point is just add a little bit of embellishment just to make them look a bit unique. And I've got some wax paper here that I'm going to be working with, and I've got some brown acrylic paint. This is just Liquitex acrylic. So I have just a little bit of this, and when I say a little bit, really that's all you need is just a tiny bit. And what I'm going to do is, with my finger, I'm not afraid to get it, just a little dab, and I'm just going to run it along the edge. This kind of gives it a nice finished look, and it makes the entire image look like something you worked on rather than something you just printed up. Do the same thing with this one, and I think for the this one I'm just going to leave it, okay? So I'm just adding a little bit of brown to the edge here. Okay, so those have that on there. And then now what I want to do is I went and grabbed some stickles, and I have some turquoise and I have some gold. Now I'm using this just because I want to add a little bit of glitter to these images. I think for this one, I think it's done. It looks kind of rustic, and I've got a nice edge on it. So I think as far as embellishments go, I'm not going to add any glitter to that. But on this one, you remember we cut away some of this blue background, which was kind of nice, and made the image look nice, and it has some blue down in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to squirt some of this out and then spread some blue glitter just to give it a bit of shine and pick up some of this blue down here. Now you'll see I just squirted it out like a row, and then with my finger I'm just going to kind of dab it around like this, and this just will help spread it around a bit. The gold, now I'm letting the images kind of guide me. Now this one has some gold stars on there, and I want to kind of bring that out in the image. So I'm just going to put a little dot right in the middle of these stars, so when it dries, it looks like we put the little star glitter pieces on here. Last step is just to add some ribbon to it, and I've got some ribbon here. I'm using this Bow Bunny, what is this called? Well, Bow Bunny, I forget the name of it. Double dot ribbon, sorry. Anyways, and so I've cut a length off of this, and then I just cut it in half because it was a bit too wide for what I needed. And to use this, to put this on, I'm just going to loop this like this, and then put the loop through the back like that, and then pull my ends through and give it a gentle tug. Remember, this is cardstock, and if you pull too hard, you might tear it. So just a nice gentle tug to get it to stay. And then let's trim our ends at an angle just to give it a finished look. And then I would add ribbon to these two too. So that's what you would get if you did that one. And now let me show you, I've got this one which is dried.
Crafted by us, a show with commonality. Crafted by us, where ideas become reality. Crafted by us, just grab this opportunity in this community.